Hello everyone and welcome. Today I have for you one more card for Valentine's Day. I'm going to be painting a simple background with hearts using watercolors. This card is definitely perfect for beginners. Also, the products you need are very minimal. I started by drawing lines with a pencil and a ruler just to make sure I'm painting the hearts in a straight line. I will be erasing them at the end. Next, I started painting. I also sped up the video here as I think it's quite straightforward. The first row was more like a template. The watercolor cardstock I'm using is bigger than my card base, so I will be cutting it down in the end, and it wasn't really important if the first row looked good. I first measured the center of the panel and I started with the middle heart, and then I painted in the hearts on each side. And then in the rows below, I was able to go normal way from left to right, following the hearts I painted above. I painted the hearts in 2 strokes, pretty much creating a sort of a V shape, and I used a combination of 2 colors for each heart. Altogether, I used 3 color combinations and I changed them in each row. You don't have to do that, you can use only 1 color for each row or even for the whole background. That is all up to you. I started with a blue and green combo, then purple and red, and the third combo is yellow and orange. I'm using here a smaller watercolor palette from Winsor & Newton, and these colors were the best that worked together. If you want to see the full list of products, just hop over to my blog, the link is in the description. But here the exact brands don't really matter, just use what you have at home or what is in your budget. I repeated the pattern for each row and then I let it dry. I will show you some of the painting with a little bit of music and I will be back once I'm done. So the background is done. I really love the look. This is exactly what I wanted. This is exactly what I had in mind. After the panel was dry, I erased the pencil lines and I also trimmed it down so it fits the card base. For the sentiment, I decided to stamp and heat emboss a greeting on a black cardstock using a white embossing powder. You can of course write your own sentiment, but I really like the background and I didn't want to remake it if I mess it up. If you don't have stamps, you could for example leave one row free and write your sentiment there, or write a greeting on a black cardstock with a white gel pen. Lastly, I adhered all the pieces together. The panel I adhered on top of a white card base using a simple double-sided tape. As I said, I trimmed down the panel a little bit to fit the size of the card base. Normally, I prefer to cut it down slightly smaller just because it's easier to adhere, but here I wanted the panel to cover the whole card base. And on top of the panel, in the middle, I attached the greeting and I used a foam tape so it's a little bit raised. So the card is finished. I really love it. I love the colors and the imperfections of the hearts. I was thinking about adding some embellishments, but then I decided against it and kept it clean and simple. By the way, over on my website, you can download a free copy of the background and maybe a digital card if I figure it out how it works. I'm going to start doing this with some of my cards. In the past, I created a few pattern papers, which you can also download on my website. The link is in the description. If you would like to see more cards for Valentine's Day, just click on the playlist that is on your screens now. And that is all. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video.